Tried to make what?
Alright guys, here we are already in progress at the Yellow House with Michael Woods at Artistic Impressions.
And we are going to go, for lack of anything better to do today, that's Peanut. And
Grumpy over here.
Oh yeah. Peanut and Kid Mad.
Yeah.
And Jinx the Cat reprising her role as Jinx the Cat, who just a few days ago had a litter of 4 kitties. So there's 4 little babies around here somewhere.
Ah.
And what we've done so far, we have a 11 by 14 canvas panel, which I've just covered with
raw sienna,
and I had a towel out here already, but because I can't stand looking at a white canvas, it hurts my eyes.
I use that same. Cool. Cool.
There. It's a cow eating dirt. That's a dust. We'll call it dust storm.
Actually, I kind of like that color.
Yeah, it's a nice color.
See?
I'll get it later.
So you can't find raw sienna and acrylics.
Oh, really?
I've never been able to find raw sienna.
Yellow ochre would probably be a good.
Well, what I've got is mustard.
For background, for something like that, I just use any neutral color, and raw sienna is as good a neutral color as any.
See, I would have loved a background like that to like paint desert scenes with.
Now, what we're doing today is, pardon the reflection on the head. We're going to do a self-portrait. Pardon my dirty mirror, but. And I was playing around with a portrait the other day, and apparently I did something I actually liked for a change. Found out that what I had raw looked fairly interesting, so that is what we are endeavoring to recreate with this. Just give it a raw look. I thought the raw look was kind of interesting. So.
And what color is this you're working with?
I'm working
ultramarine,
with
isn't it?
Ultramarine blue at the moment.
Yeah, which he tells me was made some Frenchman very happy.
Made him a lot of money thanks to Deadpool. I've just drew Deadpool. Ha! Too bad I didn't invent the character, and I would have a lot of money.
Especially if you made him in ultramarine. You know, his outfit would look pretty cool in ultramarine.
Yeah, it probably would, actually.
I like the painting you made of me.
I do, too.
Yep. And that was our regularly scheduled battery fail, brought to you by Never Ready.
And now I will continue where I left off. I have a lot of big lines in my... I just realized I am not getting any younger, people.
So you're starting with blue on the outline?
Yeah, I usually use blue. So,
okay, that was something even I didn't know.
I thought you'd seen me use blue. Now, when I did yours, I think I actually used white China marker. Reason being, I was working on a black canvas, and the blue probably wouldn't have shown up very well. So
yeah.
And I'm gonna leave off this literal 3-day growth of beard. Or yeah, I'm gonna leave off the literal 3-day growth of beard just for. I want to leave off the literal 3-day growth of beard. I'm sorry, folks. It's a weekend. I get lazy. And there is.
That's cute.
A very quick sketch. This will give me a chance. Actually, that line come in handy. That line will give me a nice reference point. Anybody wonders what I'm doing? Welcome to my world. I'm trying to figure it out too. I'm making it up as I go along.
Are you making a self-portrait?
I hope so. When it gets done, we'll see. If it looks like me, I am. If not, it's somebody in my head.
Yeah.
It's the little voice in my head that keeps telling me to do stuff. All right, there. Now we have a rough.
What are those?
That's the shape of his beard, hon.
It will be eventually. If you're... Now, got a new palette knife. I think I told y'all my last one got broke.
Yep.
I normally use yellow ochre for this, but I'm going to experiment and try raw sienna, or raw sienna, since I already have it out, and it's about the same, just a little darker. And I'm using carmine instead of what I would usually use, which would be either a I'll get there in a minute, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, vermilion or cadmium red light.
Yeah.
There we go. Now
An
we got
interesting
it.
bit of history behind carmine is it was made from the shells of the cochineal beetle, which was actually also used as a food coloring at one point. So if you eat anything red in the 1700s, chances are it was made out of bug shells.
Well, let's see. I don't think this is going to mix out as well as I
Oh, that's kind of a neat shade.
That's good for a really ruddy complexion, I suppose. But I'm afraid my complexion is not near that ruddy. It may be today, though. I think I can tone it down a little with money.
That pink.
Oh, that's kaput mortem.
Hey, you're turning it into pink.
Mummy color.
Alternately called Egyptian brown. And, of course, according to legend, it was originally made from dead mummies. And the artists at the time found that out, and they just basically quit buying the stuff. So.
Yeah, it was being used as late as the 1700s.
Now it's made from rusted metal, so plenty of that around. I'm sorry, I hate that for a...
That's not too bad, though.
Eh.
I'd put it a little more sienna, but...
It needs something. I may have to... you know what? I might pull the old tube back out.
You turned it into pink.
Yep, now I'm going to try to turn it something else.
Because you don't...
Hey, you know what? Let's try this. As long as I'm experimenting, we'll try this.
What is this right here?
I'll try a little Naples yellow. We'll see what happens when I put some Naples yellow in it. I'll put a lot of Naples yellow in it. That might dull it down.
we can eat the food yellow.
Ah, that's a little bit more flesh tone looking.
Yeah, that's very flesh tone.
Yeah, that's better. That's yeah, I think that's better. That gives me a tan anyway. Yeah. It is early spring here, and we actually have a rain-free day here in Tennessee. Thank God for that, for a change.
Yeah, we hit the bingo.
Nice day, sun shining. We can actually do a video today.
Yep.
And
Glad to be out here.
Before I forget, sorry folks, this is not arrogance. This is just something that has to be done for future reference. Turn it around. Oh, forgot I had the timer on.
Okay, so what are we doing here? It's kind of... I know it's got something to do with the painting process, but...
I am making a copy in case I work on this while we're not doing video, then I have something to refer back to.
Oh,
I thought I
okay.
had another brush out. In my pocket. Alright, so I'm going to work very quickly here today. I need actually, that's a pretty nice light tone. Okay, so I'll steal some of that. I'm going to steal some of this. I'm going to get me a darker tone. And that's plenty dark.
That looks like real skin color.
Well, that's good because it's supposed to. And then I'm going to steal that because I need something a little bit lighter. Or in this case, a lot lighter. Got to get that reflection off top of my head in here. So,
Why is all alive?
What
And we don't want to make it the same color it was.
Of course we do. You mean we don't want to paint this whole thing over white?
Well, we do. We can, but we can.
We can?
It's interesting how the blue kind of comes through there, too.
Yeah.
You have to probably do, what, put a little bit more over it?
I may put another coat on it at a later time, but right now, I'm just trying to see if we can get... I'm trying to see if we can get something roughly approximating me in a short amount of time. Nose will be what always takes me forever because I am terrible with noses, so...
Yeah. And like I said, just pardon me if I ask questions. I'm just...
That's all right, because I don't ever think to explain anything. I generally just crawl in here and start doing it. And I think sometimes I assume everybody knows what I'm doing when I don't even know what I'm doing myself. I'm just making it up as I go along. But I had done a painting that I finished just yesterday, in fact. And actually, I'm not real happy with that background color on that. I may make that a darker background color as this a professional person, and I think the bright color is a little bit not as professional looking as it probably should be.
So what, going from like Calypso blue to navy?
I've got it. It's a base coat of malachite green, which I like. I think it's a great color. And then I've painted over it with I've mixed another light green that's pretty close in tone to that, and threw it on there. That Deadpool's looking a little rough now. Alright, now then. This was a highlighted area here, that's why I kind of marked that off. It doesn't look as light now. I think because I'm using a dirty brush, it's probably part of the problem with that. But you can actually see where it's a little lighter. I'll still a little white here, and see if we can't get it. There we go. Just still a little white, and we can get it looking a little bit lighter. I don't think she will. She's usually a pretty good cat. Just don't hound her too much. She don't like being hounded, but she's a pretty good cat. Hey, Jinx. Come here. Hey, Jinx. Alright, you're going to ignore me too today. Okay, you're really being a cat today. And for those of y'all that saw the last video, she did make a guest appearance because we were working in her spot. Isn't that right, Jinx? Where did my towels go? Is all my towels in
Blue over here.
No. Oh, no, I was just looking for the one I had out. I had one out. Here we go. Alright. Now we've got that done.
Yeah, if you can tell it's spring, I'm wearing my pith helmet.
And you can tell it's spring, I'm out here without a coat on.
Of course, in Tennessee, give it 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, I may be putting a coat on here any moment, but
it is a beautiful day.
I am right now working with pretty much strictly white. Bad as I hate to admit it, I am getting a little bit grayer as we go along. I keep saying if I shaved my head and my beard, I could probably knock about 20 years off of my appearance. But
yeah, but you wouldn't look near as venerable.
Yeah. But I think yeah, maybe. Now my blue hair. What little's left? Did I even put any ears on? No, you know what? I did not put the first ear on me, huh?
Double bango.
My glasses are going to fall right off my head if I don't put some ears on me very quickly.
Be all double bango.
Yeah. And blind Van Gogh now. Alright. I really like the blue. I said I am trying to do I'm going into my darker color here, and I'm just going for broke here on this, trying to get something on canvas that looks like a reasonable facsimile. I'm going, like I said, for just a rough, basically what would amount to a rough sketch, but something that could still be called a completed painting at the same time. So, yeah, where's my?
Which is the best part of painting, is experimenting.
Yeah, the one I was talking about, I just finished. I had a rough sketch that I actually thought the first day I'd actually worked on, I thought, well, you know, that looks pretty dang decent, just as it is. I'm really...
Somebody saw your self-portrait, said it looked just like you.
Somebody sees this, I don't know if it's going to look like me or not at this rate, but...
That's recognizable. You have a unique look.
Well, I think everybody does. It's just a matter of getting it on canvas. You know what? I need some eyebrows. Actually, I think my eyebrows is about the only part of my... Jinx, what are you hopping around for? Hopping like a rabbit now. Y'all do something? Did y'all turn my cat into a rabbit? Alright, I gotta go back into my blue again because I
You
need
like
some.
her as a cat, not a rabbit.
Well, she's jumping like a rabbit.
And you don't like her like a rabbit. You want her like a cat.
Well, I know I want her like a cat. That's why I want to know why she's jumping around like a rabbit. Whoa. It's about painting the wrong spot.
Now she's
Painted mirrors.
Now she's sitting like a real cat.
What was she before? A fake cat?
Good enough. Now I've got ears again anyway.
As long as you got ears.
Yeah, that's much better with ears. Now I can hear what's going on around me. I don't have to ignore everybody and act stupid. Though I probably will anyway. And I used up what flesh tone I mixed. I never mix enough at one time. I know that's probably a cardinal sin to some people, but again, when you're not exactly overly blessed in the monetary department, you do what you got to do as far as paint.
Make it as needed.
Yeah. Right now, I need another brush that I wasn't thinking about at the time.
Well, at least you're not painting any grasshoppers into it.
Well, it's early yet. You never know.
Didn't Van Gogh do that or something?
Yeah, there's one of his paintings. I forget which one offhand now that you said. The brush has done a W.C. Fields pool cue. There, that's better. In case y'all haven't seen the bent W.C. Fields pool cue, my paintbrush looked the same way there for a minute.
What color are you gonna paint the shut down?
One thing at a time.
I'm just asking.
I need some glasses. Or at least I need to hint at them anyway.
You want to look. You want them to see that you actually.
Yeah, you know what? I'm definitely gonna have to do some work on this because there's a lot of things that's just not right so far. But
And you need some eyebrows.
what? I need what?
I think you have a backseat painter.
Yeah, I think so. Where
I'm going to be a backseat painter. Well, basically, like a front seat painter when I turn to go grown up. You know, I like to paint.
Yeah, well,
again, this is just.
I like the way it's coming along, though.
I'm not going to try for a real
I could
finished
paint.
look on this. And to answer, who was asking what color I was going to paint the shirt?
Oh,
Me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix, since I have this ultramarine blue sitting here, and I have this red sitting here. I'll mix those two together.
And
And I'm going to mix this
white.
white in with
I
it.
don't know what purple, red, and white makes.
yeah, it's a kind of a plum blue.
Okay.
You know
Red.
what? I need a little more. I think it needs a
Well,
little
I
more
thought
red
that
in
blue
it.
and red on the color wheel would make brown.
No, green and red make brown. Blue and red make purple.
Yeah, that's better. That's pretty close.
That's actually
Hey, your
very
shirt
close.
is
Pretty close.
actually purple.
You think?
Little palette knife painting, folks, in case you don't want to waste paint. There,
There,
scrape what you can get off your palette knife right onto the.
I do not own a palette knife. Of course, with acrylics you don't use one, but
Yeah, Mike got me a one of those for my birthday.
yes.
I got one.
Yep. Actually, I had one, but I was using it for a whole different purpose than what you guys use it for.
What?
When I bought my sculpting equipment, I actually bought a palette knife, and not knowing then what it was for, I used it as a sculpting implement.
Hey, if it works.
It works, then it walks. It's good.
I was using it to, carve details into
Jinx,
stuff,
what
into
are
clay.
you doing?
She's in her spot up there.
She has a lot of spots.
Yeah. Main spot's over there on the back of the chair where we had paintings sitting the other day. I think she had to investigate why these things were in her spot. Play with these colors and come up with something that'll work for something. I think, by golly, I think we got it there. Watch this. I knew I needed something.
I've seen that look before, though.
Yeah, this is my working at that other place that I used to work at from 3 to 11 look.
Yeah, because it looks like you're either horrified or furious.
Yeah, or a combination of both. What?
I found one of the kittens.
Where's one of the kittens at?
It went over there.
Which one? One of the yellow ones? One of the big ones or the little ones?
It was
Because the little ones are about this big. They ain't going to be running nowhere yet.
It was a
They're only, this is Sunday, 4 days old.
Mm-hmm.
They were born on May the 21st.
Orange one. It was that orange
And I think the other ones, my other cat had hers the next day. So.
Yeah.
But, all right, so we have at least a very working...
It was the orange one.
I still haven't... I'm going to go with a rough... I said I was going with a rough look, and I think I'm going to go with a rough look. I think that's what I'm going to do. I like it.
I found only the orange one.
Oh, well, these new ones are black. Whoop, dang it.
What happened?
I poked one spot too many. I poked a spot I didn't intend to poke. But I can fix that. That's why it's oil painting. So you can... There. And I poked a spot I hadn't actually planned on poking. Alright, where's my... We'll try to get a few details in here, and I'll probably add a few more. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
I'm going to add a few details in here, and we'll probably add a few more later, but this is really sort of kind of what I'm looking for, something very rough. I say, now I got to get these lines in my face. That one, and that one, and that one. I mean, I have these lines, bad as I hate to say it, I do have these lines in my face. I got to work on the nose quite a bit yet. The nose, anybody that knows me knows it takes me about half my time on this portrait will be doing the nose and trying to get the nose.
Noses are tricky.
Noses are a pain. Noses are...
Which is one reason I draw in a cartoony style where I make everything sort of...
Well, yeah, they are too, actually. They are probably my weakest link is noses.
No, it still looks good.
I mean, I get them. It takes me a while to get them the way I want them. I mean, I can get a nose in there. It just takes me sometimes a little bit to get it the way I want it.
Still trying to.
And I have a nice, I need a little white. I'm going to put a little spot right there. It might be a little bit big spot. It might be kind of a big spot, but that's alright. I'll dull it down.
Back in the old face style. Talking to myself.
That's why I like oil paint. That's why Bob Ross had happy accidents. Oil paint, you can correct a lot of mistakes pretty easy. With just a few strokes of a brush. And I got some... I'm trying to make this color just a little bit darker. And we're going to get some of this dark under the eyes here. My eye ain't slept in 3 days. Look.
Well, you are going for the second shift look.
Well, I mean, when you work it for as long as we did. I mean, this is I'm on second shift, and I went to day shift 2 years ago. Look, and I haven't quite recovered from second shift yet. And that ear is just way too, I don't know, something. Well, I mean, it's where it's supposed to be. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I need to delineate right here a little bit. There. It's like right here is delineated nicely there. That gets that. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just don't have it quite blocked in. There. No, I like that better, yeah. I'm just playing with this now, folks. I need about 50 brushes one time some days. And this is
Not all
one
at
of
once. That makes some really weird art.
them. Well, you know what? There's probably somebody that paid good money for it.
Probably.
I don't know if I can do what I want to do here or not. Yeah. Since I'm kind of limiting my palette just a little bit today, even though I have a box full of colors, at the risk of trying not to keep getting down in there and getting colors every 2 seconds. I can't believe I left my yellow ochre in the house, though. That's just unheard of when I'm doing portraits. But since I finished up the tube I had last night, and I've got a great big old new tube in there. I bought a large tube this time.
It's coming along nicely, I think. Actually, from this angle where I'm standing here,
Yeah,
your nose is literally popping out of the page.
that's the first. I actually have kind of a small nose, you know.
Well, I mean it's big. I mean,
yeah,
but it looks
I
like
understand what you're saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
from
I've
that
got,
angle, that actually looks.
excuse me,
you
I
got some.
do have to get in here. Thank goodness I now have 2 of these. I have a good one in the house, and I've got this one that I'll use for the road.
What's this thing now?
This is a maul stick, very useful to have if you're like me and you can't hold your hand still for 2 seconds. And I definitely cannot hold my hand still for very long. It allows me just enough. I think if you look at portraits of who was a big famous painter, Rembrandt.
Yeah.
There is a self-portrait of him where he actually has a maul stick in his hand. So, I mean, I'm
In good company.
yeah. Bill Alexander used his palette as a maul stick, so. But I don't have that palette out here, so. Actually, my eyes are really a lot more squinty today than that, and if I work on this in post-production, which is up for debate at the moment, I said rough, I'm going for rough. So I don't think I'm going to refine too much on here.
When you get a chance to watch the completed video, check out the nose and the shape of his face on this thing. Because the nose and the shape of the face is literally popping out of the page from the angle I'm looking at with the camera here. At least that's the way it looks to me.
I think I like your angle better than the one I'm looking at it from.
Well, you ought to take a look behind this camera.
Well, I will when I see the video.
That might help, you know, being able to look at it through there might help you a little, though.
I think I actually got the nose right, though, just from the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks great. That's what I'm saying.
I
It
got the bags under the eyes. I got the creases in my head. About the only thing I'll probably do in post is maybe get rid of a little bit of this blue sketch. Try to get rid of some of the blue. I don't want to get rid of all of it, but I'll probably try to get rid of a little bit of that blue later on down the road. You know what? I am going to leave that just like it is for the moment. Dang, I do not have a dark enough color for anything on here. And I don't have anything I can even mix a good black with. Alright. Trick of the trade. Now, this time I'm not going to mix a black. I'm going to cheat and use a little black. I just need a little black for one thing.
Is it a particular type of black or just black in general?
This is actually a mixed black. It's not a pure pigment black. It's put out by Gambling called chromatic black. They use a red and green pigment to get a little bit more natural looking black than. Now, if I'm mixing my own black, I use phthalo green and alizarin crimson. I found that gives me a really nice black.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Do you realize that I had 2 blacks back here?
She has black paint, she says. Anna!
Look.
Anna, go to the car.
I didn't think anything about it, Mom. I had it, I just didn't have any out. I have 3, 4 different kinds of
Sorry
blacks.
about that, bro.
And look
That's
what
all
I
right.
did.
Yeah.
I made a brush using a
Ooh,
leaf.
now I really got the crazy
I made a
eyes.
brush.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I could really give
The
myself.
peanut got a little rambunctious. I sent her up to the car.
Well, it wasn't no
Myra Mads.
There, now, sort of kind of looks like I got a pair of glasses on my head.
Yeah, that won't work.
Now I look like I'm about to cry because I'm at work.
Not just at work, but work,
if I was
4 years ago?
Yeah, if I was at work 4 years ago, that would be me about.
I was just going to say, you ought to title this one Weekend Shift.
Not bad. Self-portrait before work.
I got a book that's got some painting and stuff in it you might be interested in.
What's that?
On how to paint characters from monster movies.
Oh.
It's got all kinds of stuff in it on how to digital and stuff and everything.
On this note right here, once I get that right there. Now I need just a hint of, we'll rosy up the cheeks just a little bit. So I'm going to take some of this carmine and whatever color I've got on there. I'm going to rosy up the, well, I said I was going to rosy up the cheeks. I don't want to look like a drunk.
Sorry.
At least I didn't put it on the end of my nose. I'd look like somebody else from there. I'm not going to mention any names that's no longer there now. But he still shows up from time to time. I'm not going to say it, not going to say it, not going to say it. Not going to say it.
Not going to say it, wouldn't be prudent.
Not going to say, well, it's not like he can fire me now. Lord knows they tried back in, him and his associate tried back in the days.
It's actually coming along well.
And I said I was going for a rough, for the 14th time today, I said I was going for a rough look, and rough look we have got.
I kind of dig it though.
I do kind of want to, this might be my final touches here, is putting some,
I'm trying to make myself.
is getting, you know, I just realized with the yellowish tone of the background, it makes the purple stand out better. And since everything seems to have a purplish undertone to it today, it actually does highlight everything pretty well. That may account for the popping aspect of this, and I'm going to see if I can keep that going, and I'm going to throw some, I've got this Naples yellow I haven't used yet, so I'm going to just start kind of throwing little bits and pieces. This is something I've been doing lately, just throwing little oddball colors in things, just to see what happens. So I'm going to throw this Naples yellow I had left over. It's actually Naples yellow hue, which means it's not made from the same stuff as actual Naples yellow, which is another one of those so-called dangerous paints.
Why is it dangerous?
They're on, I don't remember, I got to remember what it's made from, but it's supposed to be something that's not good for you, like the cadmium colors, which I use all the time anyway, because nobody's going to tell me what I can paint with and what I can't paint. I'm stubborn.
So it goes up there with carmine and mummy, huh?
Yeah. Well, at least mummy now is just made out of rust. I mean, you know, what are you going to get from that? Tetanus? But you'd have to get cut, probably. So, you know, I don't think I'm going to get cut. You'd have to be
rubbing paint into your wounds there.
Made another
Talking about bleeding for your art.
Yeah.
Look, I'm making a set of my own.
Now then.
Little paintbrushes.
I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to the very first original paintbrush ever invented by anybody anywhere.
The finger?
That's the one.
Okay, now that I got my brushes set, now I need to find
I'm going to
something
try
I
to
can paint.
fade out that head there, fade out that fat head there just a little bit. I want to try to blend some of this, try to blend a little of this in, just in spots. Now I've got paint on my fingers. No, you haven't been painting if you don't get... Somehow the other day, I noticed 2 or 3 times in the past week or so, I've ended up with paint down the middle of my nose.
Kind of like that one gentleman that we used to work with that got black dots on his head all the time.
Yeah, in the same spot all the time, as a matter of fact. Yep. But you know, I found out that since I have lost more and more hair, I get spots on top of my head too. Now you know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go for it here. I'm just gonna get a little bit of all that flesh tone color there, and see if I can't
just kind of blur that out.
Blur it out just a little bit. Now I'm gonna take the. All right, I gotta get my light color in here now. I'm gonna try. Oh, holy crap! That lightened her down. That lightened it. I know I had a highlight there, but not the whole head. I think I had my highlight right here.
Right there in that little triangle.
Then I got to darken that back down. We'll get it darkened again. This just goes through. Sometimes don't mess with stuff.
Sorry.
I'll send you to the car too.
No, thank you.
Well, then I suggest not knocking into the easel there, hon.
I only did it once. I got my brushes all done. I'm just trying to find something I can paint. And I'm just talking about myself here. I'll make this on my own.
There, if I do that, that takes a little bit of that crazy eye look at it.
Being myself.
Makes me look a little less like I'm going crazy. Now, the eyes are not squinting near as much as mine are actually squinting while I'm working on it. But yeah, when all else fails, clean your brush out. Did you at least remember to clean your brushes?
Where'd you hear that from?
That was from Leonard Nimoy's one-man play about Vincent, called, oddly enough, Vincent. Available on Amazon. You can rent it on Amazon Prime or whatever, Amazon Video. It's Vincent, Leonard Nimoy's one-man play where he's playing Theo, and it takes place a week after Vincent's funeral, and he's talking about how he was unable to speak at Vincent's funeral, and he's telling stories about Vincent. And one of them, he was telling about the time he tried to get him to take up painting, and one of Vincent's lessons was to remember to clean your brushes because they'll harden and the oil will harden and they'll become useless. Well, Theo finally, he says he finally he finally gave in to the urge to paint and went out and painted a scene. And he comes home and he shows Vincent. He says, "Vincent, if I ever get any recognition for this painting, I want to make sure the world knows that you were responsible." Vincent walks around, looks at the painting, looks at Theo and said, "Well, Theo, old man, did you at least remember to clean your brushes?" And that was the end of the lesson. I get it's a lot funnier when you hear Nimoy do it because he does it a lot better than, or he did it a lot better than I could. But you know what? There's just that's just non-existent there. But as long as I've got a little black on here.
Oh, look at that. I'll find something I can paint.
I'm starting to nitpick now, folks. When I start nitpicking, that generally means one thing.
What's that?
It means it's about time to call this bloody thing done.
I kind of dig it, though.
Because I'm starting to pick nits and do stuff that probably doesn't even need doing. If I can get that. Well, that area is a little darker than
Yeah, I just came around to this side because the glare was interfering. 10 seconds, 9.